Hello. It's been a while that I was planning a new series of videos, but somehow whenever I think of series, I just make one. Either one video, one sculpture, one painting, one portrait, one self-portrait, who knows. But this time I was thinking about diving into the art world and making picking some details here and there of artists that somehow inspired me and still inspire. As you know, if you are an artist yourself, you know that one starts by copying the masters. So for this time, I decided to dive into the 15th, 16th century and do a detail from a famous self-portrait of Mr. Durer. You know his self-portrait for sure, and I was quite fascinated by these hands, so I thought I had to do them. If this becomes a series, my idea isn't really to make paintings. It's just, it's an abstract idea of how to have fun and to recapture some skills, some ideas, some shapes, especially hands, where I've always felt lots of difficulties. So it's also a way of entertaining myself and relearning some things here and there, and maybe to teach or to share with your graces something that you might find of interest or value. So let me show you how I did this one. This self-portrait of Dürer was made in 1498 when he was 26 years of age. Of course, 1498, it's a special date for us Portuguese because it was the year when Vasco da Gama went to India. And there is a small story that combines Dürer and Portugal because, of course, he left us the famous print of the rhinoceros. Dürer never saw the rhinoceros because he was, I guess he was in Germany by then in 1515, and the rhinoceros left from India to Lisbon, and to Lisbon set sail to Rome as a cadeau for the Pope. But the ship where the rhinoceros was traveling, it sunk. So the rhinoceros skeleton by now should be in somewhere within the, I don't know, Mediterranean Sea or the Atlantic Ocean, who knows. But anyway, it was thanks to the Portuguese that Dürer got a written description of the animal, and he was able to make this famous print. So for this, let's say, I don't know, sketch, fun, play, exercise, I am focusing upon his hands. And for such, I, as you can see, am just doing a simple charcoal drawing with homemade charcoal, as usual. My, let's say, famous, because I'm always talking about it, fig tree charcoal. these hands are rather tricky, and in the end, it does look a bit odd, but in the original one, it still looks odd, especially the thumbs. The purpose here is not really to make a piece of art, but to learn and to have fun with it. And one of the things that I most enjoy since I'm a kid is to create texture, not really um, physical texture, but visual texture with lots of different materials. So this is a charcoal drawing on a very lame piece of paper, which normally it's used to simple sketches. It's rather thin, but it's good enough to distract oneself from the idea of making uh, something serious, something serious, and it loosens up oneself to try and create whatever one wants in order to enjoy the process. So the hands are already finished, and there's some cloth going on, part of his sleeves as well. Not sleeves, sleeve. It's just one sleeve. As you noticed, I didn't make any preliminary sketch. I'm just sketching the whole image alla prima. Thus, it looks a bit like I'm a bit lost, but I'm not. Being lost in art is a way of having fun, by the way, according to my standards, obviously. Again, I do know that Durer went to Italy somewhere, I think, because everyone did by then. But maybe, I don't know, maybe when the rhinoceros um, episode reached Italy's ears, maybe Dürer was there. I don't know, but that's easily confirmed or discarded. So I'm applying already some shades. Although again, primarily prime my my first idea wasn't just to make a charcoal drawing. Uh, Nothing against only charcoal drawing, but again, I wanted to create some visual texture with different materials, and thus I'm enhancing the black areas, the darker areas, with soft pastel black, as in the original painting. It does look like a white and black image, but no. Um, Either it's the reproduction I've watched, or I have this tendency of seeing colors where apparently they aren't. But anyway, so here's just small detail of his two small fingers. The pinkies, is it? I don't know the names of the fingers. It's just fingers, right? So the black pastel is already there, and now I'm applying some gray pastel to enhance the slight shades or shadows all over the scene, but mostly within the hands, because he's wearing gloves, white gloves, which with the time and the varnish of the painting, blah blah blah, it can become rather yellowish or gray, so doesn't matter. The point here is I wanted to represent the piece of this self-portrait by Durer. So I've applied also the brown uh, pastel, and now with the breadcrumb I'm creating some lights, as you can see, some lights within the folds of the cloth that he's wearing in one of his shoulders. And by now I was feeling that it was somehow too soft, especially the brown cloth, even by enhancing the browns with the pastel. So later on I decided to give a coat of brown wash, and here, because I thought that the gray wasn't enough, the gray pastel, I just grabbed a pure graphite and enhanced again the shades within the gloves, and later on within the cloth, because there are some gray areas as well. But you can see there also that I've applied some blue shades, pastel, and some white, pure white highlights. And that's the final product. As you can see, the graphite really helped the image, and thanks for watching.